All right, let's get started. Here's number 1. We are multiplying, and something that is really helpful is to mark whether it's a positive number or a negative number. So I see I have 2 negative numbers. We are dividing 2 numbers that have the same sign. So I know that my answer is going to be positive. So I'm just going to put my answer box here, and I'm going to put a plus sign in here. That reminds me that my answer is positive. All right, so when we are dividing fractions, we need to do 2 things. We need to change, let's do this. We need to change division into multiplication, and then we're going to multiply. Oh, actually step 2 is flip our fraction. It's called the reciprocal, but in this video I'm going to call it a flip. All right, so 6/5. We're going to change this division to multiplication, and then we're going to flip this fraction. So instead of 1/2, it's going to be 2 wholes. When we multiply fractions, we do the top numbers multiplied together and the bottom numbers multiplied together. So just like we were talking about before, we have 2 numbers that are the same sign. That's going to be a positive answer. So -6 times -2 is positive 12. 5 times 1 is 5. They want the fractions in simplest form, so I think that means they want this as a mixed number. So I'm going to do 12 divided by 5. That can go into 12 2 times with 2 left over. So my mixed number is going to be 2 is my whole number, and the fraction is going to be over 5, and the numerator is going to be this 2 that was left over. So that's number 1. Again, that's a positive answer. Okay, we'll take number 2. Whoops. Copy. I think I can fit this over here. Try to conserve some space. Okay, so number 2, we are dividing again, and I see, whoops, this is a negative number right here, and this is a positive number. And when these are different signs, that tells me that I'm going to get a negative answer. So I'm going to put that negative sign in my answer box, and it's just going to wait there for me until I'm ready for it. When we are dividing, we want to make sure that any mixed numbers are turned into improper fractions. So our first step here is to change our mixed number into an improper fraction. And we do that by multiplying, and then we add. And this is a negative number, so we have to make sure we keep that negative sign with our improper fraction. So 3 times 2 plus 2 over 3. This is going to stay the same the whole time. And if I calculate that out, whoops, I get 1/3 divided by -6, 7, 8 thirds. And we're dividing, so just like we did last time, we're going to follow these 2 steps. change our division to multiplication and flip our fraction. So I'm going to do that. We take this division, we change it to multiplication. This stays the same. We flip this, so we get 3 for -8, and then we're going to multiply. So this turns into 1 times 3 over 3 times -8, and that gives me 3 over -24. There are ways to simplify before you do the multiplication. You could also multiply it out if you don't see it. So I'm going to simplify this. Whoops. I can divide both of these, oh my gosh, by 3. And that gives me 1, and then on the bottom it's -8. -8. Okay, so I know that my answer is negative, and in my answer box I have -8.